Right, let's do this on a recording. I had a bit of a problem with YouTube lately. YouTube, you guys, please sort this out. So this video is about plastic because the Great Pacific Ocean cleanup is about to commence, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic thing to do. Firstly, let me apologise because some of my videos have not been uploading lately. They are stuck at the processing stage. I actually uploaded one on London Zoo, my thoughts on London Zoo, about 2 weeks ago, and it's still stuck at the processing stage, and this happens a lot with YouTube. So YouTube, if you guys get hold of this, sort yourselves out. So I want to talk about plastic. The Great Ocean Cleanup is happening. 60 plus vessels are going into the Pacific to clean up millions of tons, trillions of pieces of plastic coming from India and China into the Pacific Ocean and pretty much killing it. So over the next 20 years they want to try and get a good majority, if not all, of the plastic away from the Pacific Ocean, which I think is an absolutely fantastic thing to do. But it's not so much that, it's we need to learn from this. If we could actually see how bad it is firsthand, the amount of plastic which is just all over the planet, not just in the ocean, maybe we'll, get off our backsides and do something about it. All it takes is to recycle something. There's every opportunity now to recycle. Someone once said to me, this must have been about, back in 2014, a man called Clayton, very strange guy, I've mentioned this bloke before, and he said to me, in the next 20 years, one of the most expensive materials is going to be plastic. I said, well, why is that? Because there's so much of it, it's cheap. He went, because there's so much of it, there's too much of it, and then it will have to stop being made, and then it's going to become a very, very expensive thing indeed, because it's just not going to be made, it's going to have to be recycled. And I didn't believe him at the time, because I was very young back then, or younger, back in 2004, and I didn't pay much mind to it, but it stuck in my head. Certain conversations you have with people, they stick in your head. And he's so right. The guy was a bit of a nut. He was ahead of his time. What he was. He was an absolute wanker when he was drunk, because I used to work in a pub. That's how I met the guy. But the guy was ahead of his time. He knew, he saw what was happening. And the thing is, those were the ramblings of a drunk man. Of all the things I could have got from life, I got the ramblings of a drunk man to be almost completely spot on, because plastic will become expensive. There will be a plastic tax. Yes, there will. There will be. I'm telling you now, before the end of next year, there will be a plastic tax, which means everything you buy with plastic packaging, whether it's a bottle of your favourite soda pop, I'm not going to mention brands there, whether it's food with plastic packaging, whether it's toys, plastic toys, yes, kids' toys, everything you buy which is made from plastic or a form of ABS, and ABS, for those who don't know, is a type of plastic, will end up with between a 5 and 10% levy on the cost, purely because of a plastic tax. And there are fucking spider webs everywhere. So all it takes realistically is to be a little bit more mindful of what we're doing, be a little bit more mindful of what we're buying. You see, we can't help but buy things with plastic. We buy orange juice or any kind of dilutable liquid that we want to drink at home. It's in a plastic bottle, not in a glass bottle. It's No matter what we buy, there's always plastic there. But it's not so much what we do when we buy it, it's when we finish with what we've used is where the key difference can be made here. Because there is every opportunity now in 2018 to recycle absolutely everything. Even if there's no recycling stations where you are. All it takes realistically when you finish with something is to put it in the bin, put it in the trash. Don't throw it on the floor. Damn, these spider webs are everywhere. Don't put it on the floor. Put it in the bin. It will get recycled at some point. If you find a recycling point, even better. Put it in the plastic container section. You know, sooner or later, you will be drinking your favourite soda pop out of a bottle which could be made from any other kind of plastic. You don't know. You know, I mean, look at glass. Glass is recycled into insulation for your roof, for your home. Not many people know that. You might just think that it's a really, really soft material that is great for insulation. No. Your insulation is made from recycled glass. Imagine the possibilities of plastic to be recycled. If we all recycle plastic, if we all did what we're supposed to do and get it recycled and not leave it, especially on our beaches, you know, don't dump it in the ocean. Just imagine the things that can be made. There's a shoe company, I think it's Adidas. They're actually making shoes from recycled plastic bottles. And don't be wrong, they probably cost a fortune. I don't know, I haven't actually seen them in the stores yet, in the shop. But they're making shoes from recycled plastic. When I was at London Zoo recently, there are benches made in the zoo, and the benches are made from recycled plastic. There's so many different possibilities for recycled plastic.
Sure.
This,
Morning, mate.
huh?
Get on the phone at this time of the morning, mate.
No, man, I'm doing my blog, innit? So there we go. It's one of my colleagues offering me a lift in, and sorry about that. But there's so many different possibilities to do with plastic. The best thing I've seen in regards to plastic, and I think it needs to be tested a little bit more, is roads. There's a place, I can't remember where it was, I can't remember where I've seen it, but roads are constantly in a state of disrepair, and someone decided to melt plastic and mix it with asphalt, tarmac if you will, and then pave the road. It turns out that by mixing plastic in with the road material, actually strengthened the road material, made it cheaper to produce because they're using less of that road material, and it was more flexible in certain weather conditions. You know, it's not going to crack, it's not going to expand and contract and cause massive problems in the road surface, and extremely durable. And for me, one of the best ways of recycling plastic, if it can be proven this works 100%, is to put it onto our roads. You know, I mean, imagine the extra grip that your car will have with rubber tyres on a plastic synthetic road. Just imagine that. You see, it doesn't have to be like 50% plastic. It could only be like 5 to 10% plastic. But still, that plastic in the road would strengthen the road so much. It would reduce costs. Potholes would be a thing of the past. You see, it's such an amazing idea to recycle plastic, is to actually turn it into road surface. And I think that's a fantastic idea. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video short. I do apologise if this video doesn't get uploaded, but then again, you wouldn't know, would you? If it doesn't get uploaded or not. YouTube has been taking the mick with my videos lately. They've just been not uploading. They've been stuck at 95%, regardless of what I do. But we'll wait and see what happens. Remember, the fight against plastic is everyone's fight. Not just mine, not just yours, but your friends and families too. Spread the word, recycle.